Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Alain. I'm going to briefly talk about the new movie Deep Water, starring Eckhart, Kingsley, some other good supporting cast. I went to this movie and I enjoyed it. It's a popcorn eating disaster movie, predictable, pretty good special effects, and just some fun. That's what you go expecting, that's what you'll get. If you want something deeper, don't see it. The movie is pretty basic, sort of like taking the old airplane movies, Poseidon Adventure, and Jaws, stirring them up. Starts out, everybody boarding the aircraft and they're focusing on a few central characters, and you have your odd assortment of people boarding the plane. You got the grandmother, you got the parents and kids, you got the opposing sports teams, got the person that's attracted to the stewardess, you got this and that, and obviously you got the jerk. So you had all those typical characters, you got the flight crew and the pilots. Then, it shows pretty early what's going to happen. I mean, it's very predictable. You see why things are going to happen. And you have the big disaster. The plane crash is very well done, especially on a big screen. That's pretty dynamic. Then when they've crashed in the ocean, you got to deal with the sharks. The sharks were not bad. There were a couple that got a little hokey, and it's like, okay, you're going a little far-fetched with that. But it was fun. You know that some are going to survive and some aren't, and you're wondering which ones might be. And there are surprises here and there and a few shocks. But it's just a fun disaster movie that then turns into more of a Jaws shark movie. And I enjoyed it. You got a couple hours, you just want some thrills and some good special effects, especially the crash scene earlier. It was an enjoyable movie. I like Aaron Eckhart. I like most of the things he's in, and he did a good job in this. I like Kingsley. He always brings his A game to different parts and, adds to whatever he's in. And some of the other supporting characters did a good job too. So it's just a fun disaster movie if you're wanting that type of film. Okay. Nothing deep, nothing too shocking or surprising. As I said, it's fairly predictable, but it's a fun for that genre. Say good morning to Jay and Vicky. Thank you guys for being here and saying good morning. Good morning, Thad. Thank you for saying good morning. Dixon said, what? No mix of Final Destination thrown in? I mean, it's an airplane disaster movie, right? No, it was more, it reminded me of the old airplane movies, a little bit of Poseidon Adventure and Jaws. Those are the three it reminded me most of. The Poseidon Adventure, especially because there was a Shelley Winters joke, which probably went over the head of most people if you don't remember Shelley Winters in the Poseidon Adventure. So those were the three it reminded me of. Everybody, go out, make it a terrific Thursday. Excuse me. Be here tomorrow for the interview with Randy King. Going to be a good one, talking about his new book that just came out this week on self-defense. So I'll provide some information on the book and give you some tips on staying safe and defending yourself. So you don't want to miss tomorrow's episode with Randy. Till then, take care, stay safe.